guys, welcome back to the Player YouTube channel, and today we have a family hatchback, and it's not just any family hatchback. This is the one, the only, the Kia Ceed. Come and have a look with me. This is the 1.4 version, and this is the third generation, so they've been around a little while. And if you haven't heard of Kia, well, they're Korean, and Kia Korean sounds very similar, doesn't it? So they're made in Slovakia, and this plant where they make the Ceed has only been open for about 5 or 6 years. And they've produced, since they started in 2006, 1.3 million cars. So they're a big contender now. When they first launched, everyone said, you know, they're going to go head to head with the likes of Volkswagen, BMW, Ford, and all these people. But they're still here. It's 2018, and they're on the third generation. So the word Ceed, well, that sort of means something, so I'll quickly explain what that means. And on this particular model, they've done away with the silly accent that was on the second E, and it means Community European, and it was designed, the second E and D mean was European designed. So a load of useless information, but I just thought I'd share that with you. The car itself, well, this is the 1.4, and it is the biggest in the petrol engine sizes that you can get. There are 2 petrol engine sizes, and there is a diesel as well, which is a 1.6. Haven't tested those, so I can't really comment on them. Best thing we can do is take a look around this car, and I think the first thing you're going to notice, it is very, very Ford Focus looking. There's a lot of differences on the third generation than there were on the first and the second generations. Namely on this is a lot of it is underneath, it's on the chassis side of things and the engine side of things. But for £25,000, this range topper is absolutely ram-packed full of techno goodies and loads of things to make your driving a more comfortable experience. Right, let's start at the front. And you'll probably notice that these lights look very familiar, and that's probably because if you click up here now, the Kia Stinger, which we loved, super car, they've sort of taken those lights from them. Why not? Let's have a look under the bonnet. This itself is a 1.4 turbo GDI engine, and it's so compact, and also, isn't it nice to not have it all covered in plastic so you can't see anything? I really like that. I like it a lot. The 1.4 turbo develops around 138 brake horsepower, so this thing is no slouch. Let's get it out on the road and see what it goes like. Out on the road in the Ceed, well, it's a smashing little car to drive actually. It's very quiet, it's extremely responsive, it's got a 0 to 60 of 9.6, but it's not going to light any fireworks. At the end of the day, it's a 1.4 family hatch. What do you expect? Great field of vision, very thin pillars here as well, giving you a super clear, you know, almost panoramic view, because the windscreen is far bigger, or feels far bigger on the inside than what it looks from the outside. Safety systems on this car, well, it's rammed full of them. There's no less than 6 airbags in the front here. You've got a lane departure warning system, you've got autonomous braking, there's a driver fatigue system. I mean, for a car that starts around £16,000, this one is 24 because it's got quite a few extras on it, but starting from 16,000, these things are all standard, which I'm pretty impressed with. What I'm also impressed with is the fact that Kia give this car a 100,000 mile or 7-year warranty, and that is an award-winning warranty. It's quite surprising. With the sat-nav, you get 7 years of free updates. Take note, other manufacturers, because that's a first in my opinion. The only things I'm disappointed about, well, Kia say that this car should be doing 38 miles to the gallon. I'm getting around 27.2, 27.4, and I've done 1,200 miles in this car, so I would have expected a little bit better than that. Car itself, well, on the road, absolutely incredible. Compared to the early Ceeds, when they came out, they were appalling. This thing has independent rear multi-link suspension, and it's completely changed the whole dynamic of this car. It feels very sporty, it just feels more grip, and it's just a whole better car to drive. So really, it's ticking every box as far as I'm concerned, but let's get round and have a look at it and see if we can come up with a final evaluation of this super little car that Kia have brought out. So, round at the back of this car, well, you could probably be mistaken for thinking it was a little bit like a Golf, or again the Focus, the Ford Focus. But my actual thinking is this is so similar to the Lexus CT200H. If you click up there now, then you will see the review on that as well, which has had thousands of hits, by the way, because it's a very popular car. Back to the car in question, the Ceed. Let's take a look inside. Well, it's a manual boot lift, and it's not so bad to lift, and I'm not going to chastise it for that. It's got some good struts on it, so it doesn't take a lot of effort to lift it up. However, here we go. The famous parcel shelf. The stupid, I hate these things. Why the hell? It comes out easy enough, but we have tried every which way to lose this, and that is the only place that you can put it. And it's going to get broken, it's going to get damaged. It's just a pain in the backside. So I'm going to take it out and leave it over there, which is exactly what you should do if you buy one of these. Dump that thing at home, because what's the point in having it anyway? It's a complete waste of space. Let's talk about inside the car. Well, a couple of good things. First thing that I do love about this car, we have a 12-volt adapter. That's just over there, and that is essential on every modern family car. Also got these little shopping bag holders, which is great, and down here we've got a little what do you call it? Well, it's something you can, yeah, why did they put that on there anyway? Can't see the point in that, to be honest with you. One of you will no doubt write in on the comments down below and tell me what that is used for, because I see no point in it. It has a 60-40 split seat configuration, as you would expect, but there is no centerpiece to put those the ski poles and your skis, which is a shame, but who needs it anyway, really? We live here in England, we don't go skiing. The boot itself, well, it's nice and wide, as you can see, but here, look, yet again, plastic, and that's going to get scratched. This is a family hatchback. You're going to be putting push chairs in here, dogs are going to be jumping out, it's going to get scratched, and it's going to look horrible within a few months. Good part about it, well, we have a space saver, not a puncture repair kit. Stupid idea. This is what you need. If you're going to do damage on a wheel or something, you need a space saver, so you can whip that out. It's got everything in there. You've got your jack, you've got your tools. Simple. Now, another good thing, this does have a split level boot, and it's very simple to operate, as you saw there. I've now gained about that much space in here, which is excellent. So if you've got something a little bit higher, you can gain another at least 6 inches out of this car. This car is ticking a number of the boxes. Let's get in the back and see if we can carry on ticking boxes and weigh this up for a bit of value for money. Here in the back, well, look, straight away, I'm an average height person. I was driving this car in an average height person's position. No leg room whatsoever, so this really is designed for kids. It's not really an adult situation here. If it's designed for kids, then you would expect it to have a couple of little extra bits and pieces, like the 12-volt charger for their iPads or whatever, or a couple of USBs. Nope, there's nothing in the back here at all. That is a big faux pas in my opinion. The heating controls, yet again, you can turn it on and off, but you can't adjust the heat in the back. That's all done at the front. We mentioned earlier about there is no centre section to put long bits through. There's no catch that you pull down. What it does have is an armrest, which is nice, and a double cup holder. The flat part in the middle here is very flat, which is good, so you can actually climb across, but you would not want to be sitting in this centre seat. This is a 4-seater car. I don't think you can consider that centre seat a seat. It is very comfortable, I will give it that, and the windows are really nice and high, again right below my arm level there, so you get a good view out of the car itself. Headroom wise, well, yeah, it's not the best, but again, if you're only putting kids in here, I don't think you're going to have a problem with that. Let's get in the front, let's check out. This car is fully loaded, guys. I can't wait to show you what it can do and all the bits and bobbies that it has on it. The new Kia Ceed comes with keyless, which is great, so you don't need to flip that open, but it is the same one as we had on the Kia Stinger, which I mentioned earlier. So to open it and close it, you just use the bits on the sides, a bit like going setting off the bomb. Not that I have anything to do with bombs. Anyway, let's talk about the car. So this one is the manual version. It's a 6-speed manual gearbox. It's very nice to use. I do like a manual gearbox, but I think on a family hatchback it really does deserve an auto gearbox on this, so that would be my preference. Again, it's only a personal preference. got a rather large cubby hole in here, which is great for putting all your knickknacks. In here you've got 2 cup holders, which is great. Lots of little spaces to put bits and pieces. And one of my favourite parts, if you slide that bit back there, you get a fast charge 12 volt and a standard 12 volt adapter. There's an HDMI in the middle there as well, and just above it here, really neatly done, is a wireless iPhone charger. Now, the car itself, well, we've got a big 8-inch screen up here. Let's start the car up so you can have a look at that. So you put your foot on the clutch because it's a manual, and away she goes. Starts first time. I'll shut the door because it's bleeping away at me. DAB radio as standard. Obviously you've got Apple Play, Android mirroring. Now the buttons are really nicely laid out as well. You've got heated front seats as you would expect, but they're vented seats, so that's really nice. And then during the summer you've got cooled vented seats, and also, which I love, a heated steering wheel. I mean, that sort of stuff only really comes on like the top BMWs and the Audis. So that's wonderful, they've actually put that in as standard. Everything's very simple to use. So using the big touchscreen up here, you can literally move from the map, you can go into your nav, you can go into your setups, you've got all your bits and pieces here. Very, very simple. I love it, really love it. The one thing I don't like is the heaters here, the control buttons themselves show the temperature within the car, but when you get a sunny day like today, you can't actually see what temperature it is, and it's even worse when you've got shades on as well. Steering wheel itself, lovely, really nice, proper steering wheel. I like that. It's got all the bits and pieces on it. Again, you can swap modes, you can change over, and that all comes up in a central display, which again is very, very similar to the Volkswagen system, but it's not digital, it's more, well, it is digital, but it just doesn't seem as nice as what the Volkswagen one is. I'm loving this car. It's got every little bits and pieces that you would, wouldn't expect to find on it. So let's keep going because this just gets better and better. There you go, guys. So you've seen around it, you've seen under the bonnet, and we've gone all over the car. So it's up to you if you think this £25,000 car is value for money. I know one thing, we do. So one thing I forgot to mention before we just finalise is this has a Jbl Sound System, by the way, comes as standard. That's what you find in the Ferrari Lusso. Not a bad little setup they got in there. And if you click up there now, you will see the Ferrari Lusso in its entirety, because we had a fantastic time with that car. It's well worth watching just for a bit of fun. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week with another car.